Welcome to Healthy Connections. I'm your host, Tobias Pugsley, and today's show is all about volunteers in our wonderful volunteer program over at Baxter Regional Medical Center. I have two very special guests, Becky Rose and Rich Janik, and we'll be speaking to them right after this message from our sponsors. Welcome back to Healthy Connections. Becky, Rich, both welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here today.
We're excited to be here. Thank you.
A lot of great things going on with the volunteer program over at Baxter Regional right now.
Always.
I understand that y'all have just put a tremendous amount of effort and work into creating a new video, or working with creating a new video.
Yes, we want to kind of highlight our volunteers and showcase what they do, and it's a way to let people know that they can join our group. It's important that to help people get engaged and be part of the community. And the hospital offers so many opportunities for that.
Absolutely. I think that, people see, somebody just pushing a wheelchair, or, there's so many different volunteer opportunities over there at the hospital. And previewing this video, got to see, there are opportunities over there that even I wasn't aware of. From
the bargain boxes and the gift shop to, like you say, pushing a wheelchair, helping in our pre-surgery testing, physical therapy, just a variety of places and a variety of jobs, shuttle, and it's all about helping our patients and visitors navigate the hospital.
That's incredible. I don't think the hospital would be able to do it without the help of all the volunteers. And I think you're up to, what, 500 now?
We've got 500 volunteers approximately, and then we average monthly, because they're a very mobile group, so they like to travel and do other things, and they're also engaged in a lot of different volunteer opportunities in our community as well as at the hospital. So we average monthly about 300 a month who are actively giving their time to the hospital.
Wow, everything from the shuttle to helping, we've had, in the past weeks here, we've had a few of the coordinators from the support houses, and I know that all of the front office area is all manned by volunteers, and they do such a wonderful job over there.
Well, thank you. The hospital would run without the volunteers. It certainly would have the same look or feel when you walk through there. Our volunteers are there to greet folks, help them during the most stressful time in their lives, navigate and find where they need to go at the hospital, and that's what's important.
Absolutely. Rich, what is your job over at the volunteer program?
Well, right now I'm the president-elect, but what I do is provide support for the state projects that we have. One of them is called Look Before You Lock, and we have some brochures that I pass out every month to the local daycare centers, and we have these hangers that people can hang on their gear shift or whatever to remind them that they might have a child in the car. There have been so far 39 heat stroke deaths of children in cars this year. One in Arkansas, and it doesn't matter what the temperature is. There's somebody was 79, 80 degrees, and they still died. The other program we have is called HELP, the Helmet Emergency Labeling Program. This is one where they get a little sticker they can put on the outside of the helmet to tell people if they have an accident to not take the helmet off until the emergency responders get there, and then inside it tells their emergency contact in case the parents or somebody isn't with them. And then the last project we have is the Alzheimer's project, and this goes mostly through the Marek House. We have books there on caregivers for Alzheimer's patients. So we support these 3 projects for the state, along with other volunteer things I do.
Is that part of the state auxiliary
It is
program?
part of, yes. The state auxiliary supports these 3 projects, and they will change once in a while, but right now these are the same 3 we've had for the last couple of years.
And tremendously successful programs in this region too, correct?
Yeah, very successful. I mean, 39 is not a good number, but you know what, we've had 1 this year in Arkansas, and it's not here, it's been in Jonesboro or somewhere like this. So we're trying to get the word out to as many people as we can. You see, I go around to all the daycare centers, and I'm amazed how many kids we have in this town. I take them out to 16 or 18 different daycare centers, and they distribute them to the parents.
Wow.
Along with the Women and Newborn Center, every newborn, they get a package, and they have the brochures in the package.
Really?
So we get them out there.
See, we always hear about this being a retirement area, but you don't think about all the kids and families that actually live
Yes,
here.
there was a whole lot more kids here than I realized there were when I started passing out these brochures, especially when I started looking up the number of daycare centers. You know, I got 19 or 20 different places I go every month to make sure they have the brochures to hand out.
And the Safe Helmet program. Talk about saving lives.
Yes, and that's really important. So that, and it's not really just for kids. Anybody who wears a helmet and they're riding a bicycle should have one of these. Like I say, it's on the outside is a sticker, and the inside is their emergency contacts in case they are unresponsive and unable to communicate, so that the emergency responders know, who to contact to find out what their situation is. And that's an important one too. And I try to stress that it's not just for kids. We think of kids with the helmets, with that adults should be wearing helmets too, and if they are, they should have one of these stickers.
Absolutely. That's great programs, and the Alzheimer's program too. Over at the great programs. And
That Alzheimer program, there is a booklet that Coach Broyle's Foundation provides to the auxiliary at a cost, and then the auxiliary through the Maruck House, and I think the Fairlamb Senior Clinic also hands out those books, and it helps the caregivers of those folks navigate that disease for their family member or loved one who has Alzheimer's. So it's a wonderful handbook for people to use, and it's for free. That's what's important.
what's great resources for our community in our area. So Rich, I got to ask, what is the president-elect, outside of your duties there, what are the duties of the president-elect?
Well, most of what my duties are is to get prepared to be president, which will be next year. Come April, I'll become the president, and so I'm involved kind of a little bit behind the scenes with. I follow Jean around, the president, and I just to see what Jean does and how she does it, and what Becky needs and those kind of things. So that's really most of what I do, along with finding speakers for our general meetings. Those are what I really do. Is that and these handouts, and then just follow Jean. But there's a lot to learn. It's unbelievable how many forms we have to fill out for the state.
I was about to say, if you can keep up with Jean and Becky, you're already a step ahead.
Yeah, absolutely right. Keeps me busy. It's not just a little side job for an hour or two a month. It keeps me busy.
It's about a full-time job, isn't it?
Almost close to it. Yep.
So Rich, what made you decide to want to volunteer?
We just saw the need. I mean, initially I started out because I knew that the volunteers could use the wellness center, and so I decided I wanted to do the wellness center. So I volunteered, and once I started volunteering, I just realized that I got involved more and more because I see the good things that we do, and I realize I worked in a number of different places in the hospital now, and I realized that the hospital isn't as big as some big city hospitals, but people still get lost, and they really need the people with the yellow shirts to help them get to where they're going. And I think that it also saves the hospital quite a bit and makes your payments for medical care less because we have all the volunteers. That especially like when somebody's discharged. I've had my experience in other hospitals in big cities, and I know what we do. Like the discharged patients, take them out to their car. Well, otherwise it takes a nurse to do that, and it takes nurses time. And so we do those kind of things to help the hospital. And I think that it's a really good thing that we do.
Absolutely. It's a great thing that y'all do. And I know even in my first weeks of employment over there, I was always so relieved to see the yellow shirts because I spent most of the time lost and then just getting pointed in the right direction.
It is easy to get lost in the hospital. If you come in, once in your lifetime, all of a sudden, people just don't know where to go or what to do. And we have signs there, but they just don't understand it, and so it takes some help to get them where they want to go.
Absolutely. And I know we have some presence outside of the hospital as well. We also have the bargain boxes.
We do. We have two thrift shops, the Bargain Box here in Mountain Home, and then we have one in Flippin. And the one in Mountain Home is open Monday through Saturday, And then the one in Flippin, we're open Tuesday through Saturday right now, and always looking for volunteers to help there. And that also gives people an opportunity to help the hospital who are not comfortable around maybe patients or health care, but enjoy going through the donations that we have, the treasures, and then getting them cleaned and ready for someone to reuse. So, and it's a mission work as well. So we also, the churches know about us if they need someone that has a need. We're there also. Someone who's had a fire, we're there to support them as well.
Wow, is that now? So somebody has donations that they want to bring. Do they just bring them to the bargain box? Are there certain times you take donations? How's that work?
During normal business hours, usually from 9 to 4:30 every day in Mountain Home, and then Flippin' Tuesday through Saturday, those same hours. And yes, and if they want to call also, we can do some pickup. So we do take some furniture items. We'll take small appliances, clothing, gently used knickknacks and glassware, things like that. So we'll take just about anything. And if they want to call the bargain box, 425-3753 in Mountain Home, and I've got to look up the number for the one in Flippin, 453-7880 in Flippin, we can make some arrangements and do a pickup as well.
Oh, wow.
If you can't deliver.
Make it easy on them.
We try to, yes.
That's incredible. I know the bargain box has some wonderful treasures and things in there, and just what a great resource for Flippin' and for Mountain Home.
Exactly, and it's helping your hospital. It goes back into your hospital. Some of the things we sponsored is the rehab unit, the inpatient rehab unit, and we've got a 5-year, $500,000 commitment towards that. So we need your donations so we can meet that commitment and help renovate that area for our patients, for our families.
That unit renovation is going to be spectacular.
It is. Yeah, we're excited about it.
And that's a huge thing for y'all to take on, but so blessed that y'all have been willing to do that and help in the remodel of that unit.
And it's because of the community support of us, their generous donations to the bargain box, and other resources have made the difference so we can meet that commitment. So.
Excellent. Well, I know y'all are doing wonderful things on there, but we're going to have to take a real quick break. So when we come back, we're going to talk to Becky and Rich a little more, and we're going to see the new volunteer video. So stick with us. We'll be right back. We're back with Healthy Connections, talking about volunteering at Baxter Regional Medical Center with Becky and Rich. And even though we have a lot of volunteers, we can always use more, right?
We can always use more. We've got a place for everyone. Lots of opportunities at the hospital. We talked about the bargain boxes, which are our 2 thrift shops. We're always looking for volunteers. If you like to go through those treasures, help us get them cleaned up and priced and get them out on the floor to sell. We need folks to do that. We need volunteers to help us in the Pinkadilly, which is our gift shop in the hospital. All the items in there are new, but again, it's people who have spent a little bit of time in the hospital. That's a nice place. We call it therapy, not necessarily shopping, but just a chance to get away from the room that your family member is in and walk around and see something a little bit different. But we do have lots of nice gifts and jewelry and clothing and flowers, things like that. So we're there, and that's a place for volunteers to help as well. The information desk, that's where you do a lot of escorting, pushing wheelchairs, get a lot of steps in there. Our pre-surgery testing and our surgery waiting area, always looking for volunteers to help in those areas. Our physical therapy department, looking for volunteers to help our therapists in there clean up in those rooms after we've had a patient in there. The 4 education community houses, if you like to do reception work, they have packets they have to put together, hand out information about what is available, what kind of services are available at those 4 community houses. We've got a need at every place in the hospital. Rich helps down in the cafeteria.
Yes. And now we can use help in the cafeteria. And the nice part about working there is you get to see a lot of people and visit with some people working in the hospital, but other people who come in who have patients in the hospital. What I do mostly is help try to keep things cleaned and stocked out there so it's available for people. But it's a fun place to work. I enjoy it, and especially the contact with the people. Really a lot of contact with people, that's the place to go.
That's the place to be, huh?
Yep.
We have a lot of people that have retired to this area, so they're looking for new friends, companionship, fellowship. We've got that opportunity at the bargain boxes, at the gift shop, in the hospital. You get to find out what kind of services are available at our hospital. You'll find out I've found out a lot of our volunteers come and volunteer with us is because they've had a family member or they've been a patient in our hospital, and they saw the great work that was being done there, the great service, the great care that our staff provide to those patients, and they say, I want to be part of that. And so I'm excited that we have that, and I'm very proud of our hospital and the services that we have in this area. People have retired to this area because of our hospital, and then they get engaged and start volunteering for us.
And then they never leave.
That's right.
We love it. We love it. So there's lots of great things, a lot of great opportunities. I'm interested. How do I sign up?
Oh, we've got a couple of different ways. You can go on our website at baxterregional.org and follow the volunteer link. You can call our office at 508-1064. We can send you a paper application, but we have that online application on the website, which I think is really neat. So we're coming into the 21st century with that. Or talk to another volunteer. We've got applications at the information desk. We want you to join us.
Yeah, we can use all the help we can get.
Exactly.
And so another thing that I'm always really excited about that the volunteers do, and it's because this is where I do a lot of my Christmas shopping and other types of shopping, are the sales that you have. So tell me about the sales.
We've got a couple of sales coming up. We've got one that's coming up on October 11th and 12th. It's Sparkle Life Jewelry, and I never can say this right. See, I can't say it. The crystals is beautiful.
The crystal that starts with S.
Swarovski, I can't say it. And then that's in our Lagerborg dining room, and it's October 11th and 12th. They usually start around 7 to 5 on the first day and 7 to 3 the second day. But go to the website. It'll be listed on the website, or call our office, 508-1064, and we'll let you know the times. And then we have one coming up in November 6th and 7th, and it's Collective Goods, which used to be known as Books Are Fun. So they have a lot of gift items. They've got books. They've got lots of, like you say, Christmas items available. So
makes it nice because all your little stocking stuffers and some of those things, you pick them all up right there. I don't even have to leave the building, so it's great for me. That's why I love it.
And then if you can't find something at one of those sales, go down to the Pinkadilly, because she'll have something there that
That's
you can
right.
use.
She does, yeah. So
And they're open to the general public. They don't have to be a volunteer or hospital employee to get there. They just come in through the cafeteria entrance, and it's right there. They can shop.
And it's a fundraiser for the auxiliary. It goes back to support those special services and equipment needs we have at the hospital, like the shuttle service, like the renovations that we need to do, like wheelchairs, like special beds that we purchase for 6 South geriatric psychiatric patients. There's a variety of things that our hospital needs, but when you get ready to go buy those things, they're pretty expensive.
They are.
And our auxiliary is there and has always been there to support those special services and equipment needs, because our community deserves it.
Absolutely. And I'm really, really excited for people to see what we have here next. We're going to debut for the public the volunteer video that covers a lot of the things that we've talked about today as far as opportunities. And just want to say, Becky, Rich, really appreciate y'all being here with me today. And with that, we'll show the new volunteer video. We hope you enjoy, and we'll see you next week.